So we refer to our main point and pure knowledge. What we already said was the difference between science and knowledge. It was talked and told to my brothers and sisters about the place of knowledge, which was the high world, which was the abstract world, the gender of knowledge and science, which is in the abstract form. It is totally abstract from matter. It is out of you. It is attached to you, not to your physicality, but to your spirit, because knowledge is abstract, then its storage place must be abstract too. So we proved that the data is not stored in the brain because of different reasons. We proved it is depicted in your soul and nafs. So it's always with you. It's not in your brain. If it is in your brain, by death, the data will vanish too, disappear too, but it's not like that. So the place of that for storing the data, all the analysis is done by the soul, not by the brain. Brain is just a medium, that's all. We already said about the types of knowledge: ilm al-husuli, ilm al-huduri, attentive knowledge, present knowledge, attainable knowledge, which is husuli. Other classification and division was that we have imaginary knowledge, illusory and rational. Another classification is, let's say, tasawwur and tasdeeq. We have the imaginary and affirmative. This session, inshallah, will explain a little bit about the useful and useless knowledge. What are the differences? We also had experimental, philosophical, and divine knowledge. We said the differences. And some points here, which is highly important to be mentioned, is the difference between knowledge and aql. We have thinking, we have knowledge, we have aql. What are the differences? Inshallah, this session I will explain about that. Now, we move towards the useful knowledge and unuseful knowledge. Just in one hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, you know, in dua, which is one of the ta'qibat of Salat al-Dhuhr, Salat al-Wusta, we recite like this, or one of the ta'qibat of Salat al-Asr. We say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa, wa min qalbin la yakhsha, wa min salatin la turfa, wa min du'a'in la yusma. Oh Allah, I seek refuge to you from a knowledge that is useless. So it means that there is a type of knowledge that is useless. Many people ask, I was in the Arba'in procession in the time of Safar, going to Karbala. Some people coming to me and asking some questions. Some were really asking useful questions, but some were asking very useless questions. You know, not that type of useless, but not that useful either. Somebody came to me, I remember, for some minutes it was taking my time to find an answer for one question. Where is the grave and the burying place of al-Banin? Some people say in Mecca, some people say in Medina. Where is that? And he was just justifying this question. I said, I really don't know the answer. And there's few and little information about this. But here in Karbala, brother, my brother, why do you need this type of information? Is it really useful to spend, for example, some minutes, some hours, and I was sure that he was thinking about this question a lot. He was searching, he was going to ask different people, wasting his time to know in Karbala. Even if you are in Mecca, if you are in Medina, go and find the burying place of al-Banin. No, these really useful, unuseful questions. Some people ask how, for example, yesterday I had such a question. I don't say they're totally useful, but there are priorities. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, always think what you ask. Something that is not beneficial to you solves no problem from you. No problem. Many people nowadays are asking about the creation. How the beginning of the creation was done by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Was it by Big Bang? Was it by He Himself? Highly scientific platforms and grounds and fields that's needed. But for us, that I have forgotten about many rules and aspects of my life that I have to find. I don't know even how to behave the other people. What are my rights? What are the rights of the people around me? So many problems I have. These are big and catastrophes and tragic things that happen around us, and we don't care about them. We don't even know how to say salat. We don't even know how to read Quran. We don't even know how to behave our father, brother, mother, sister around us. We don't even know how to do our wajibat, but we just go and search for this type of question. How the family of Adam and Eve alayhim salam spread on earth, and they became family members, like husband and wife. The children of Adam all married together? I don't know. They married with jinns or, for example, angels. Though, alhamdulillah, we have some information from Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. But imagine you know about this. It has happened. We're sure it has happened. Why? Because if it hasn't happened, we were not here right now, okay? So it has continued the life of Adam on earth. But imagine that you know the answer. What beneficial, how beneficial will it be to you? What type of a problem will it solve in your life then? This is a useless, or if you don't say it's useless, it's not that high priority to be learned. Many questions like this. That is why Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam says in a hadith, glorious hadith, that the useful knowledge, ilm al-nafi', is that type of knowledge that corrects your relation between you and your Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Whatever is related to you and your Allah is the useful knowledge. Under this umbrella, however, the relations to you and your father, to you and your mother, to you and the things around you, because they have the right over and on your shoulder, can be in that type of scheme and in that type of species. I mean, if there is one umbrella, the umbrella which is God, and there is the knowledge of knowing how to behave, how to correct the relation of yourself with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, under this umbrella, there are different actually knowledges too. Like you know how to behave with your father. What is the right of your father on your shoulder, your mother on your shoulder, your kids on your shoulder, husband and wife on the shoulder. Okay? Because Allah expects us to respect these rights too. Then when you respect the right of your mother and your father, it is as if you are respecting the right of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This is the useful knowledge. Know what really exists in this world as high priorities, like the existence of God, His characteristics, ilm al-aqaid. And to know what corrects your relation between you and your Allah. This is also prioritical in priorities. The low level and the highest level. The low level is called shara, wajibat, muharramat. The lowest level, the zero level. Below that level, zero, you fall into muharramat. But zero level is the border. You don't act upon the things idealistically, like you say salat, but the low level, the lowest level, it is as if you just make yourself free from this duty and task. That's all. But it's not that ideal. Sometimes you say your salat very beautifully, idealistically, in a way that Allah really is satisfied with. Allah really likes that. Even the people around you, when they see your salat, they really feel this is a special type of salat. In your heart, you feel so great in behaving, in treating, and speaking to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So, three levels of knowledge. One, the knowledge of aqa'id, to know what exists, what does not exist. What exists and what does not exist has also levels. You know, think about the things that really exist and have a special impact in your life. Like knowing that that type of animal in Amazon forests and jungles, does it exist or not? This is a knowledge also, but very low in priority, very low, because it doesn't have any effect in your life, impact in your life. But to know that prophets exist, Imam exists, angels exist, jinns exist, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala exists. However, about jinns is so controversial. We don't need to have that much information. But we have relations with angels, we have relations with prophet, they have rights on our shoulders. In Laylatul Qadr, you have direct relations with angels, so go and study about them. You know about the right, you must know. Because God is the most existing thing and entity in our life. The most important thing that we have relation and interaction with, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Our goal and this, so this is the best type of the knowledge of God. Ma'rifatullah. Ma'rifatun nafs, know about yourself. Why we don't study about ourselves? Everybody nowadays thinks that the brain is the. But very simply, we can prove it's not like that. Why? Because we don't think about that. We don't think deeply about our nafs to solve this very simple issue. What is that simple? Physicality is nothing. It's just medium. Just medium. We don't think, we don't analyze, then we have very little information about our nafs, about our physicality, about our spirituality. So the first type of knowledge is ilm al-aqa'id. The second is ilm al-shara'. Shara' means to know what is the right of the things around you, the right of God, the right of God, the right of people, the right on our shoulder, the right of things and animals. These four right, we need to prioritize them also. Prioritize them also. The highest type of right is the right of God. Go and study about the right. You don't talk about the existence of God here, because existence of God is in ilm al-aqa'id. But when there is God, you know that there is a right too, or there are rights. What are they? In shara', ilm al-shara', Islamic rulings, we talk about the rights. Go and study. Find your rights. In fiqh, ilm al-fiqh, you study about the rights between you and your Lord. Salat, Sawm, the rights of God. Reciting Quran, not telling lies, so on and so forth. The right of people, the right of Prophet, the right of Imams, the right of fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, children, husband and wife, kids around us. The right of friends, the right of neighbor, all of them are tucked in the right of people. The right of you yourself on your shoulder. Your nafs has a right on your shoulder. You have to know about yourself and you have to respect your right. You cannot scratch your hand without any purpose, any wisely purpose, because this hand is not for you. It's just a trust in your hand from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. You have to give it right. You cannot go on an ascetic life. Don't eat anything because your nafs needs something. Even saum and fasting is a right of your body also. But we have to talk how it can be the right of the body. Also, some information was given about this reality. Now, the rights of the things and animals. You have some, I don't know, animals in your house keeping, I don't know, calves, sheep, cows, whatever, roosters, chickens, they have rights on your shoulder. Even the things around you, your cell phone, your laptop, your desk, go and study about their rights. So that is why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-ilmu thalatha. I said all this information to reach to this beautiful hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The hadith says, Al-ilmu thalathatun. You want to know about the knowledge? It's not Al-ilmu thalatha. Recite, repeat after me. Al-ilmu thalatha. Ayatun muhkama. Say, Ayatun muhkama. Faridatun adila wa sunnatun qa'ima. Again. Al-ilmu thalatha. Ayatun muhkama. وسنة وفريضة عادلة وسنة قائمة وما خلاهن فضل. That knowledge is only in 3 parts. Ayah. Ayah means what exists. For example, when you look at the skies are the ayah of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Ahl Bayt alayhim salam are the ayah. You yourself is the ayah. Do you exist or not? Ayah. The interpreters, especially Ayatollah Jawadi Ambali, says that ayatun muhkama is ilm al-aqa'id. To know that something exists or not. Muhkam. It is a strong pillar, a strong sign, not very simple, naive, weak types of signs. No, a strong ayah. Ahl Bayt are the strong ayah of Allah. They reach to Allah. They help you reach to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Ayatun muhkama is ilmul aqid. It is a sign. Ayah is a sign. You look at it, you find the path. You look at Imam alayhi salam, you find the path towards Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That is why it is muhkam. Some ayat are not strong, they are weak. Let me tell you an example. There is a paper here. Okay, this paper. Another thing, yeah, there is a box of pills here, okay? This box is an ayah or not? Yes, everything is an ayah. Kullu shay'in ayah. Kullu shay'in ayah. Everything in the world is ayah, is a sign. But what is the rank of this ayah? This is an ayah. You are an ayah, solid, very simple, but you man, who Allah created you. Both of them are created by Allah. Allah created you through your father and mother. Allah created this through a factory, through a maker, I don't know, a corporation. A factory actually made this. Everything is created with medium, but you are a strong ayah. This one is very simple ayah. Some people want to prove God by this. It's possible, but very. You can prove God with you yourself. All the attributes of God are embedded in you, not in that solid thing. Very simple, too simple. Ayatum muhkama, angels, prophet, imam, Quran al-Kareem. These are all ayat al-muhkam, insan and humanity, skies, heaven, earth, tornado, very strong. How Allah has created this. That is why in ayah, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ. Creation of skies, heavens, and earth, that Allah, how created the humanity, or in the creation of humanity, in the creation of skies and earth, how Allah created them. They are strong ayahs. The best and the strongest ayah is what? Tell me. What is the best and strongest ayah? If you find that the answer for this question, you know that his knowledge or its knowledge is the best of knowledge. You have to go and study about it, about him or her. Because they can help us reach to Allah better. When there is ayah, there is sign. You don't look at ayah for itself, for the sake of being an ayah, but you look at ayah for the sake of something else. When on the signs on the path going to, for example, one country, one city destination, they should let's say animals passing the street, for example, watch and slow down. There is a place, for example, different types of signs, reduce your speed because there is danger in front of. There is, for example, a curve, on the road. You don't then look at the sign for itself. You look at the sign for some to control your speed, for example. You look at the sign in order to save your life, to save the life of the other things. We look at the signs always for other purposes. The sign is not for itself. The signs of the zuhur, the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi, is for the reappearance, to know that Imam is closing, is nearing by, for example. The sign, Imam Ali alayhi salam, Rasul alayhi salam, are the signs for what? For Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. نحن وسيلة الله يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Always search for wasila towards Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. The best, strongest, fastest, securest, safest way and wasila is Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, especially Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. كلنا سفينة النجاة وسفينة الحسين أسرع. The boat for Hussein alayhi salam and his ship is faster, safest. So ayatun muhkama, I think it's clear. The second is faridatun adilah. Adl means justice. Farida means obligation. An obligation that causes idala and justice. It's not ideal, but it's realistic. It brings justice in the community. The lowest level of Sharia, to do's and not to do's, the lowest level, just do it. The way I told you the example about salat, you say the salat, realistically, the lowest level, not idealistically, it is best type of mood and its best type of, let's say, quality. No, it's lowest one. Faridatun adila. Aqal, the minimal rights to be respected by you. It is called faridatun adila. It is wajib, it is the must. Lower than that is hell. You can go above this border, 0 level. First level, second level, 100 level, okay? The 100 level is the ideal one, the most ideal one. But it's not ideal, it's the lowest level. It's a must, wajib. Below that is the hellfire and losing all the blessings that are promised to you. But the third of them is sunnatun qa'imah. The sunnah. It's not adila, it is qa'imah. Qa'imah means what brings stability in the community, high stability. Qa'imah. Sunnah. It is also recommended. It is not wajib, but it is recommended, highly recommended. Like Salat al-Layl. Salat al-Layl is not wajib, but it is recommended. The recommended fasting. Or even about the salat itself. Salat is wajib, but you can make some acts, recommended acts in salat. You can do it. Like making it very lengthy. Spending a lot of time in your sajda, in your ruku', in your salat. Saying a lot of mustahabbi dhikr. It can make it qa'imah. It can make it so stable. It can make your nafs highly stable. Idealistically, you can increase. It's just like you're in a house, you're making walls, ceilings, doors, everything. Some things are wajib in the house, so you can name it a house. But some things are not wajib, like painting the walls, decorating the walls, bringing some special things inside the house, which are not wajib, Whatever was wajib was the selling, was the doors, was the walls, that's all. To have a kitchen, to have a living room, to have whatever, but something decorative. You're not satisfied in making a house with very simple things, with wajibat. Why are you making yourself satisfied with wajibat in your salat, in a'mal al-ibadi, in worship, acts of worship? So in acts of worship, you can make something recommended, make it idealistically. Do it idealistically, like acting recommended things in your salat, fully present in your heart, This is the same about our acts of worship. Our acts of worship are like making a house, So you're not satisfied to minimal things in making a house. Don't be satisfied in worship. If you really want to enjoy living in that house, in a house with, I don't know, doors, without painting, without plaster on the wall, only just bricks, You don't really enjoy. It keeps you from heat, it keeps you from cold. With minimum types of acts of worship, you will not enjoy life. The life is enjoyable when you do the acts of worship in its maximal way actually. So this is sunnatun qa'imah. So by ayatun muhkama we mean aqa'id, the belief and ideology. By faridatun adila we mean wajibat and muharramat. Ahkam, it is called ahkam al-shari, Islamic rulings, but minimal Islamic rulings. By sunnatun qa'imah, the recommended, which makes the society, the family, the person stable, we mean akhlaq. Akhlaq is the ideal one. So aqa'id, ahkam and akhlaq, this is the knowledge. وَمَا خَلَاهُنَّ فَضْلٌ. These three things are the things that make your relation with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala correct. So the relation between that hadith of Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam, who said that Useful knowledge is the knowledge that makes your relation with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala correct. And the hadith of Rasulullah is this. Rasulullah says these are the three knowledge, and these three knowledge are the only things that make your relation between Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, you and Allah, correct. Not other than these is not so helpful in correcting your relation with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Through mathematics, through physics, through astrology and astronomy, through the knowledge and the science of mechanics, I don't know, different knowledge, everything that exists, knowledge of computer, the science of computer, architecture, making a house. We have many things, many knowledge and science. You cannot make your relation correct with God, with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. You can, but not that helpful. It's just like the difference between this and you yourself. This and, for example, a very strong ayah. Strong ayah. I hope that's clear, inshallah ta'ala. So, this is one. The answer for what is ilmun nafi', what is the useful knowledge. I also said al-ilmu thalatha, the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the difference between knowledge and aql. Knowledge and aql. Knowledge is just in the form of data coming into your mind, coming into your soul. But when it keeps you from going wrong, it is aql. Many people have the knowledge. Many people have the knowledge in their minds to say the truth. They know that telling lie is bad, is haram, is negative, is sinful act, but they tell lies. It means that they don't have aql. But by aql, we have two types of aql. Theoretical aql and practical aql. Aql al-nazari, aql al-amali. Aql al-nazari, know in your mind. You completely know the analysis. You know about the lie, as an example. You know that the lie is making your life ruined and devastated. You know that if you tell lie, other corruptions will come into your life. You know the exceptions in telling lies, you know. You know what cures this sickness if somebody is with the virus of lying, you know. But he does not act upon that. He always tells lies. It's just like you have the map of building a house in your mind, but you don't make a house. Many people know how to make a house. Many people know how to do the things, but they don't do it. Many people do not know either this or that. Do not know either this nor that. They don't know the map and the information, and they cannot act consequently based upon the knowledge that they don't have. So some groups of people, one knows the knowledge theoretically, but don't act upon that. One other group knows the knowledge, but also act upon that. Some people do not know the knowledge and don't act upon that. Three groups we have. The first group, who has the knowledge but does not act upon that, they are theoretically aql, but not practically aql. The theoretical aql must lead to practical aql. Those people who know the knowledge and act upon that, they are fully aql, because they have the theoretical aql, also they have the practical aql. But they sometimes might be not practically aql in terms of other sins, in terms of other phenomena. In terms of lying, he is aql, but in terms of hisada and jealousy, he is not aql. That is why when we say Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the complete and absolute aql, it means that he has the full theoretical knowledge in all dimensions, in all aspects of life, physically, spiritually, socially, politically, militarily. In different aspects, he has the full knowledge. He cannot make a mistake. وَمَا يَنْتَقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He also acts upon that completely and fully, idealistically, maximally. So he's the full act. In terms of quality, in terms of quantity, not only he knows the information, he acts upon those information that he has. So he is theoretically aql and practically aql, fully and completely. The third group are those who don't have the knowledge, who don't have the aql, who don't do it practically. They are absolutely free from everything, free from mind, free from intellectuality. We cannot call them men. We cannot call them humans. They are animals, actually. They are beasts. لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها لهم آذان لا يسمعون بها لهم أعين لا يبصرون بها أولئك كالأنعام بل هم أذل. Quran says they are like animals, even lower than animals. So I think the time is over. The last word I just promised to you, we have a hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, ليس العلم بكثرة التعلم إنما هو نور يقذفه الله في قلب من يشاء. Knowledge is not by too much learning. It is exactly in the form of light that Allah embeds and emanates to the heart of the people whom He desires. Then somebody might ask, okay, what is the sign of receiving this light? I don't know if I'm received this light or not. Ulama say, especially Allama Hassan Zadeh Amali, you want to know that you have been embedded with this light or not? You can test it. You can test yourself. Do you have the long for knowledge, so desire, a high desire in gaining knowledge, in finding knowledge everywhere, and pure knowledge, the knowledge of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, those three types of knowledge. You really just refer to your heart. Do you really have a high desire to know about the reality, about God, about existence? Really, your heart goes for it. You are crazy about it, to know about how to correct your relation between you and your Lord, to gain satisfaction, felicity, and salvation in the world, in the hereafter. Do you really want to know about the knowledge of akhlaq? The sign. If you have this longing, this desire in your heart, Allah has emanated this light into your heart, and you really look after that. Look for it, not look after that. Look for it, okay? Search for it. This is the sign to see if you have the desire in your heart. One sign is this. One sign is this. There are other signs actually too, but this is the first sign to start to know that Allah has emanated that format of light, which is the light of knowledge, into my heart. Actually, many people do not have desires. Many people are not crazy about knowledge, or they are crazy but not crazy about the knowledge of God. When it's time to know about God, it's time to know about religion, their ears becomes deaf and dumb. Their mouth also becomes closed, shut, So this is one sign. And the last word, the knowledge of God and our free will. Are they contradictory? Very simply, I give the answer, okay? The knowledge of God is not contradictory to your free will. Some people might ask, when Allah knows that I am doing this, it means that I am not free in my decisions, because Allah knows it beforehand. It's not like that. It's 50-50. La jabra wa la tafiz, bal amrun bayna al-amrayn. Very simply, I tell you, for a thing about to be happen, I lift this mouth up, okay? This is a simple example. I lift this mouth up. For this mouth to be lifted up, there are different causes. One cause is my will. One cause is my desire. One cause is my attention and tawajjuh. One cause is my hands and power and energy in the hand. One cause is, let's say, the atmosphere around me. Yeah. The atmosphere must be prepared. For example, if there is no air, there's no attraction from land, there's no need for lifting it up. There must be air also, so I breathe, the energy comes into my hands. If there is no air and oxygen around me, I cannot breathe, then I will die. This is also one cause. All the causes must come together so that this mouse be lifted up. One cause also is the knowledge of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, is the will of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Because will of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala comes after the knowledge of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. One cause is also this, okay? It means that all these causes, if one cause is vacant here, is not present here, this will not be lifted up. One cause, for example, what? My hand. I have the desire, I have the attention, I have the will, I have the power, the oxygen around me exists, Allah also wills, but my hand does not exist. This hand, this mouse will not be lifted up. If I don't will, this will not be lifted up. All small causes and deficient causes come together, they make an absolute cause. This is the best answer that we can give. Allah's will, attention, and desire also is one part of this phenomenon, not all the part of that phenomenon. Allah really knows that you yourself, with your free will, is going to do this. This is the second answer. This is not that scientific, this is not that scholarly, but for common people, you can have this answer. How to make this contradiction solved? You tell to the people like this: Allah knows that you, oh man, with your free will is going to do this. If Allah knows, it doesn't mean that it will contradict your free will. Allah knows that you, with your free will, is going to do this. This is the answer, but second rank, the first rank, and the best answer was the one I told you at the beginning, that Allah's knowledge is also one cause, but it's not the absolute and complete cause. That is why in the hadith, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, La jabra wa la tafid, bal amrun bayn al-amrayn. It's not obligation, it's not free will, it's something between. One part of the causes, one classes of the causes for this to be happen, for every type of action, for every type of phenomenon to be happen, is you yourself, your physicality and your metaphysicality. And the other is the other causes are the outer causes in the creation and also about Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. They also have a special role in phenomena to be happened, actually. Is that clear? Thank you very much. I think the questions I promised you last session, all of them are answered. The difference between knowledge and aql, how do we make reconciliation between the knowledge of God and our free will? Aren't we obliged to do the things? No, we are not, according to the two answers we gave. How do we reach to the ilm al-ladunni? Some sessions ago, we provided the answer for that. What do we mean by nur? In the hadith, يَقْذِفُ اللَّهُ وَالنُّورٌ يَقْذِفُهُ اللَّهُ فِي قَلْبِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. It is the desire for knowledge. What is ilm al-nafi'? The useful knowledge. And the hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-ilmu thalatha, ayatun muhkama, faridatun adila, wa sunnatun qa'ima." There is only one answer here, one question here unanswered, and it is the knowledge of Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. It is somehow, complex issue, inshallah, in other scopes of time and place, different other sessions, we will explain it. Bisharat al-hayat, inshallah, Allah let us leave. Thank you. I'm here. This is our last session, brothers and sisters. This was actually. If you have any points, any discussions, any words, the microphone is yours. You can also type. And please be satisfied from these classes in your heart. And actually, good wishes for each other. Actually, when you do the du'as, when you ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, don't forget each other, because when we recall ourselves, Allah will look at us more closely with more pure attention than when we talk and we do all for ourselves, or me, myself, for example. Thank you. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair. Also, I ask you, keep us in your prayers. Mr. Rosemary, thank you very much. Thank you. Your presence was also a gift for me. May Allah bless you. Sister Yaqub, Arbin Yaqub, Jazakumullah in your du'as. Sister Fatima Qaratul Ain, thank you so much. Just because of your presence, actually, worthy of delivering to you, that much, inshallah. Do dua so that Allah give more power, give more energy, and give more aql to me too, so that in the future sessions, more fruitful discussions and information will be transferred to you. Jazakumullah khair, Sister Rashada. Yes, inshallah, our classes will be done weekly on Sundays. Inshallah, we will have our tafseer. Thank you, Sister Zahra, Nida Zahra, Sister Maryam, Jazakumullah khair. Brother Daniel, thank you. Thank you very much. Sister Rashada, fi amanillah. Thank you, Sister Fatima, Baneen, Jazakumullah khair. This was also good for me. I will just inform you about the time, Sister Nida. That's when the time will be for the classes on Sunday. Inshallah, maybe at 5 or 6, inshallah, we have the class. Dear Habiba, thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you all. Happy Eid to all of you. Brother Daniel, the last word. Beautiful word, the most beautiful word. Happy Eid to all. Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Allah give you the best Eid, the best reward, the best reward. These 2 days, don't forget, tonight especially, don't forget to make your hearts humiliated. Imagine you are a guest, you're going to get out of this house, and when you are so humble, you are so humiliated before the host of this house, he will have more sympathy towards you. He will pay more attention to you. Okay? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala dedicates you the best rewards, inshallah. And the reward is dedicated in the Eid al-Fitr, inshallah. Allah dedicate us all. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. Oh Allah, our du'as, our most important du'as is to expedite, is to hasten in the glorious advent and reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi arwahuna al-Fida. Oh Allah, fulfill the du'as of our Imam al-Zaman, especially the du'as that he makes and does for us, for his poor followers. Oh Allah, result our death in the martyrdom before Imam al-Zaman, in fighting against the oppression, in fighting against the cruelty, and fighting against kufr in all parts of the world, throughout the world. Oh Allah, dedicate us with pure knowledge, with pure basira, with taqwa, highly taqwa, and end our life in this world with accompaniment with Rasulullah, with Amir al-Mu'mineen, with your saintly friends and followers, with awliya Allah, and hereafter to be neighbors and adjacents with Rasulullah, with Amir al-Mu'mineen Fatima al-Zahra, and all yourself, inshallah. Oh Allah, آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين في أمان الله. All of you do du'as. Thank you. في أمان الله.